In this exercise, we are going to start with these four drawings and we will try to recreate them in Illustrator, this time using a new tool, which is the curvature tool. Place exercise 11, check template, place. Now I'm gonna select the curvature tool right here. And as you see in the image, this tool allows us to create curved lines just like this. So I select the tool and I can click to create a point, click again, click again, click again, click again, click again, like this. And I can create curved lines just like this. Gonna delete everything. I'm gonna set the fill to none. I'm gonna set the stroke weight to 10 points. The color of the stroke, of course, black. And I'm gonna start with the drawing of the jellyfish. And first thing, I'm gonna draw these curved lines. So all I have to do, put the cursor here, click to create one point, then I'm gonna click here to create another point, then click here to create another point, click here, and click here. We are done with the first line. I'm gonna press escape to stop there, and I'm gonna move to the next line. Click, 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 click. One point here and one less point here. Escape. Move to the next. One point here. Another point here. Another point here. Another point here. Keep going. And one less point here. Escape. Click. 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 And one less point. Click. And now press escape. Now we did the four lines. Escape. Now we have the four lines. We're gonna do this part now. Gonna click here. Gonna click here. Gonna click here. 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 And I'm gonna connect both these points. Click. Now we have this shape, but this is not exactly what we wanted. Obviously there's a problem here. This line is supposed to be right here. We can correct that. I just want to show you one thing. Using this tool, the curvature tool, after drawing a line like this, we can edit the points. We can move them like this. We can move them like this. And we can also add a new point. As you see, there is a plus sign on the cursor. If I put the cursor here, click, and now I just created another point. And with this point, I can modify the shape just by moving it like this. And now we get exactly the shape we wanted. V selection tool, we're done with the lines. We can color now. I'm gonna select all the black lines and change the color of the stroke to this shade of blue. I'm gonna select this part and I'm gonna add the fill color. I'm gonna choose this shade of blue. Double click. Gonna press S and I'm gonna choose a lighter shade of this blue and then click OK. Now we're done with the first drawing. we can move to the next, the ghost drawing. Go back to curvature tool, set the fill to none, set the stroke color to black, and I'm gonna start from here, click like this, make points. I'm gonna press space, move a little bit and continue. Create points like this. Space, go up, continue, Control Z. I'm gonna go back. I'm not very satisfied with this part. Gonna put a point right here, another point here, and now I can close it, click, and after we did the drawing, we can always modify it a little bit if we need to like this, just by moving the points. Make sure everything is okay. And now I'm gonna draw the face. Start here. And close it. Move to the eyes. All we need is 4 points. 1 point here, 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 and now we can close. Next eye, 1 point here, 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 and here. Now we finished drawing the lines. V selection tool. I'm gonna select these 3 parts and click here, swap fill and stroke, and now I'm gonna select this part and change the fill from none to white. We are done with this drawing. We can move to the next. I'm gonna draw the bell now. I need to zoom a lot for this one. Curvature tool, go back, set the fill to none, and I'm gonna start right here, click, gonna create points this way. Okay, I messed up with the last point. Control Z. I need 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here. One point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here. Now I'm gonna connect these 2 points. Click, but you notice this is not what we want. We have a curve and we need a straight line. We don't need a curve. We can modify this by double clicking this point, and then I'm gonna go here and double click this point, and see, now we have a straight line, we no longer have a curve. If I double click again here and double click again, we get a curve. Double click again, double click. Now I'm gonna draw this part. Same thing, we need a straight line here, so all I have to do is double click here, go here and double click, and now we have a straight line. Now we can go back to drawing normally. Click here, one point, and then connect it. We get exactly the shape we wanted. Now this is the easy part. Click here, here, and here. Escape. Point here, here, and here. Escape. Go to the other side. Point here, here, and here. Gonna modify this point a little bit, like this. Escape. One point here, one point here, and one point here. Escape. V, selection tool. I'm gonna select the 4 lines together. I'm gonna change the stroke from 10 to 20, and stroke panel, I'm gonna change the cap from butt cap to round cap, just like this, and I'm gonna change the color to this shade of orange. Now I'm gonna select these 2 parts, flip, swap fill and stroke like this, and I'm gonna change the color to orange. I can select this part even at this stage, go to the curvature tool, and I can modify if I want to. Gonna zoom a little bit. I can change slightly this point right here. I can even add another point and correct it a little bit like this. V, selection tool. And now we are done with the 3rd drawing. I'm gonna move to the last one, which is the Batman logo. Go back to curvature tool, fill, set to none, stroke black, size 10 points. This time I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna connect all these points with straight lines, and then I'm gonna curve them. I'm gonna start right here, double click, 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 and click. See, now I connected all the points. If I double click again, I'll make a curve, but that's not what we want. Double click again, make sure all the lines are straight. Now I can, with the curvature tool, click and drag and modify the line just like this. And transform it from straight line to curved line. Same thing I'm gonna do here. Same thing I'm gonna do here. Like this. Just by clicking and dragging. Click and drag. Now this part, click and drag. But notice I'm gonna need more than 1 point. So this is the first point. I'm gonna need another point like this. Click and drag. Same thing I'm gonna do here. Click and drag like this. We have 1 point. We need another point. Just like this. And finally this part. Gonna go to the middle and click and drag just like this. I'm gonna stop here, and now I can go ahead and swap fill and stroke. We no longer need the template now. We can go ahead and hide it. And now the exercise is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.